I'm up in Northern California here, just north of the San Francisco Bay Area. Why? Because we're here to meet a Doberman owner named Jessica and her adult rescue Doberman, Angie, a beautiful red Doberman that's been caged for most of her life. Because we want to answer one simple question. Can getting an adult Doberman as a rescue instead of a puppy make first-time Doberman owners more successful with their dogs? I don't know. Let's go find out. Hi, Jessica.
Hi, John.
Hi.
So nice to meet you. This is Angie.
Hi. Jessica, thanks so much for sitting down with me and talking about rescuing Angie here. She's so gorgeous. She's a beautiful dog.
It's a pleasure to be here. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. So, okay, you rescued her how long ago?
About 2 months ago in March.
Okay. And where did you get her and how did you find her?
So I was looking at Facebook Marketplace at different like rescue groups and stuff like that. And I signed up for a California one. Obviously that's where we're at. And so they had a dog that they were trying to get rid of for free. If nobody was going to take this dog, they were going to, possibly put it up to a kill shelter, and I just didn't want that. Reached out, they sent me pictures. She looked gorgeous. I fell in love.
And that was her? That was Angie?
That was it, yeah.
Geez, I've just been like loving on her since I've been here. She's so adorable.
I just can't imagine her in a shelter.
No. So for other people who are deathly afraid of rescuing a big dog like a Doberman, and a strong and a powerful dog like that, and potentially even just completely not willing to consider it because it's a Doberman and only want to go to a breeder, what would you say to them? What would you say to people who are afraid to rescue a Doberman?
I just feel like you have to do your research. Like if you are wanting a Doberman for the looks, okay, but also do some research on like why they were bred, what's their breed line, like they're a working dog. So I would say the advice I have is do your research and just trust your gut instinct. Like if you love the breed, get it. You're gonna love your dog regardless. But if this breed is not for you and you want it for looks, I would do a little bit more research on like how intelligent they are and just stuff like that.
A lot of people are really concerned about training an adult Doberman, and that's like a huge barrier they have to rescuing, is that I don't want to start training an adult because adults are so hard to train. What do you say to that? Or do you have any insight on that?
So after doing some research, she was already somewhat still technically a puppy. She's 2. I considered getting a puppy because of that, but I just told myself if I really dedicate my time and I'm very patient, she can learn anything I want her to do. She's so smart. I did a lot of research on the breed. They're very intelligent, and all the qualities of a Doberman was everything I was looking for in a dog. So I wasn't really too concerned. I feel like older dogs also need love too. And
no puppy nipping stages to worry about, no potty training to worry about.
Exactly. I'm not gonna lie, I feel like the 1 to 2 to even 3 range was perfect. I didn't have to deal with training her from the basics, training her how to go pee outside, go potty outside. I didn't have to do any of that, and she was already potty trained. It was perfect. She had basic commands, doesn't go potty in the house, so I just felt like she transitioned pretty well into the family.
That's definitely a benefit, I think, skipping that hard first year. That first year is just terrible on some people. Have you had any like real challenges in training with her? Like anything that's really been difficult for you or surprises that have come up? She's
a very smart girl. I would say the only difficult part is I don't really know how to properly train her. We get frustrated like at each other. I'll tell her like to lay down or sit, and she'll do like the opposite, and then she'll just start barking, and I'm like, oh, I can't give you the treat now because you're just barking at me. She definitely has like ADHD a little bit when we go out, and that can be hard. Leash training her is very difficult. She wants to be everywhere all at once, and I've even tripped over her a couple of times because she just will, Is there anything that you wish you would have known before you rescued your Doberman? I wish I would have known like how needy they can be. Like I said earlier, Angie is literally attached at the hip. I go anywhere and she's in front of me all the time. I've tripped over her multiple times going to the bathroom. She wants to be in the bathroom with me. And I shower, she wants to be in the shower with me. Everywhere, she wants to be with me all the time. And at first I loved it, but then when I'm doing work and I'm in my studio, she wants to be in there and I have clients.
And with the leash training too. And I might be able to help you out with that too. But so what do you know about her? What do you know about her background, or like what kind of situation she came out of?
All that they've told me about her is she lived on a ranch. They had to unfortunately move to an apartment, and they just kept her in the crate, and she wasn't getting a lot of attention, wasn't able to go out, and she also had puppies recently, and they just couldn't keep her for whatever reason.
When you first got her and brought her home, like what was that first night like?
So I actually drove 7.5 hours to LA to go pick her up, and then another 7 hours to come back here. And the first night, she was very, very frightened. She was scared. She was super reactive to everything, and I was a little scared too. I was like, dang, did I make a mistake? I just brought a super reactive dog home, and I was having all these thoughts like, you know, is this her personality? She was barking at.
That's what a lot of people are worried about that with a rescue. That's their fear.
Yeah, like my room is off to the side. My mom's room is next to me. Anytime somebody would pass my door in the night, like she would bark, she would growl. So I didn't really sleep at all the first night. She was very, very anxious, and she was also having like nightmares and kind of like shaking a little bit in her sleep. And I was like, oh, I felt really bad. Yeah, she was really, really scared. And
is she still having that at all, or is that was just kind of the first night or two?
First couple of nights was definitely having nightmares. She would curl up in a little ball, and now she full on spreads out and we cuddle and stuff.
She's very calm. I'm like super impressed with her. That's why I kind of want to know. A lot of times you get a rescue from a bad environment like that, especially when they're caged up a lot and they're just high strung and they're freaked out and they're reactive, but she's so calm and so relaxed.
I know, look at her over there.
Now, Jessica told me that like a lot of owners are doing now, she's starting to cook her own fresh meals for Angie because she's seen the benefits that it has for her dog. But like a lot of owners, it's taken her a lot of time. She's told me 5 hours she spends sometimes preparing her batch of meals. And that's why a lot of owners are switching to Ollie Fresh dog food, because they deliver straight to your door real meals made from ingredients that you'd find around your kitchen. And they're designed with vet nutritionists and specific to your dog's needs. You fill out a simple questionnaire when you order your meals, and they'll specifically design the diet for your dog, including the fact that it's a Doberman. Ollie's food is minimally processed and cooked at low temperatures to preserve the nutrients. This is something that not all dog foods do. And honestly, the most difficult part about cooking your own meals for your dog is knowing how to balance the vitamins and the minerals and the nutrients. But because Ollie's food is made with vet nutritionists, you don't have to worry about this, and you get a professionally prepared meal. And look, Dobermans, they're like the Maserati of the dog world. They deserve to have good fuel to fuel themselves throughout the day. So definitely consider giving Ollie a try today.
So actually, I believe a couple of your videos that I watched, 10 minutes before bed, would cuddle her, pet her until we relaxed. Then we'd go to bed. About 10 minutes before we wake up and get out of bed, I would also cuddle her and just let her know she's safe when we're like in bed at least. And feeding all of her meals by hand in the beginning, just so she can know like I'm the, you know, you can trust me. And playing with her, giving her all the toys. I also have a little diffuser right there for, it was supposed to be for anxiety. Pheromone diffuser, yeah. And I don't know if it did anything, but I mean, she's pretty calm all the time. So I just love her to death. And honestly, I have no regrets rescuing her. I'm sure I probably would have found a really great dog if I went to a breeder, but just the fact that I didn't even know her and I saw her online and decided she's the dog for me, and she ended up being great, like, I'm so satisfied.
If someone was considering getting a rescue Doberman as opposed to the traditional route of just going to a breeder, what would you say to them?
Do it. I would say just do it. Like,
happy you did it.
I'm very happy I did it. No regrets at all. And if I went to a breeder, that would have been who knows how much money. I got her off of a Facebook group for the free, you know, and I don't have any regrets.
And do you think they could trust their gut too when they meet the dog and see how the first impressions? Do you think that'll tell them a lot?
Definitely. Meet the dog, seeing if you even collide. Like sometimes you just meet a dog and they don't like you, you know, something about your energy, you know.
Angie wasn't like that.
No, Angie was not like that.
So just be really open to your interaction and see how the bond happens right when you first meet them.
Yeah, and bring your family too. Like if you have little kids and you're concerned because it is a bigger dog, like I'm not used to her being so high up and being able to touch the counters, you know, bring your family. If you have a little kid, like make sure everybody meets the dog.
Guys, thank you so much for checking us out. I hope that this has been interesting and informative for you. Definitely subscribe to us, hit the button down below and the little thumbs up button. Also give us a like, we'd appreciate it. You're gonna see a lot more Dobermans just like Angie in the near future. And we're doing one video a week now, so there's a lot more content. And thanks so much, Jessica, for hanging out with us and letting us work with Angie. See you guys next time.